It's that easy.
It was.
It's really that easy.
They were very nice. It was the Eric Kripke was in the room, and I met John and Favreau before the audition. It was just a very warm room. They made it very comfortable, and it was overall a really great experience. It was a lot. It was the character was a lot. There's a lot going on with her, so I had a lot of homework to do for it. But the experience itself in the room was really positive and great. How about you?
I was in Las Vegas, being a danger to myself, and I got a call from my manager, and she said that Jon Favreau and Eric Kripke want you to come in and meet them. They're doing this show. Oh, and by the way, it's a show created and produced by J.J. Abrams, and I was kind of overwhelmed, but I got myself back to L.A. and got into that meeting, and they started telling me about what the show was. And I kind of just said, guys, stop. I'm in. Just, we need to go no further. So, yeah, once I realized what was going on and the pedigree that was behind it, I was all in.
Are you guys, are you sci-fi fans to begin with?
I enjoy my sci-fi.
I am.
I could come close. Yes.
You know, it depends on what you consider sci-fi, I guess.
Speculative fiction.
That's a big word. Actually, yes, but I don't consider myself one of those guys who, I wasn't a Trekkie or anything like that, but I love movies like Alien, movies that, like this show, are character-driven but still have that element to them.
Did you go to Comic-Con this time around? Or
We did.
You did? What's Comic-Con like to somebody who's not one of those people?
We had a ball.
We had a blast. I mean, I'm kind of on board with Billy where I'm not like a Trekkie and stuff like that as well. I do enjoy, like the Star Wars and the, that type of stuff. But everyone is such a warm environment. Like everyone's so cool. Everyone just wants to have fun and meet the people that they, admire and the shows that they love. That it was such a welcoming, great experience for me because it was my first time. So.
There might be this perception that there's a bunch of geeks there who take it way too seriously, which is not the case at all. Everybody, like she said, they're there to have a good time and sort of celebrate the genres.
Mm-hmm.
What's the hardest thing you both had to do? You started shooting everything.
Spending time with Billy is probably the hardest part.
And I feel for her.
It's exhausting.
She's not kidding. I'm really hard to get along. Toughest part, there hasn't been anything really tough. I mean, it's hard work. We do a lot of combat scenes. We do a lot of sword fighting. We do a lot of there's other weaponry that we're going to bring into this show. But and so it's a lot of physical work. And for a guy who's never been to a gym in his life until a couple of months ago, it's I suppose that would be the most difficult part. But I'm having a great time with it.
Mm-hmm.
What about the sword fight? There is that one particular scene in that great building that I can't think of the name of. Very swashbuckler.
It's the Atlanta Capitol.
Yeah.
I feel like such a fool.
Yeah.
It had a very swashbuckly Errol Flynn type feel to it. Did you guys train for this stuff, or I mean, you must have trained a little bit, but how much training did you put into it?
Well, for that particular sequence, we had about a day. But we have the luxury of Jeff Wolfe, who is our stunt coordinator and choreographer. That's what I meant.
So close.
We make up for it.
Yeah. He did all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies and stuff, so he's really well schooled, and he's sort of created a new style of sword fighting and combat for this show. So, we got into it, and it was hard and fast and strong, but I'm real pleased with how it came out.
Yeah.
Billy, at what point did you recognize that this is what you were meant to do? Not the specific series, but acting.
Oh, that. What are you talking about? Okay, when I was about 8 years old, and saw a couple of Burt Reynolds movies, namely the Smoking the Bandits and things like that, I just kind of recognized that whatever those guys are doing, they're having way too much fun doing it, and if they're making a living doing that, that's what I want to do. oddly enough, I didn't do that until I didn't start working as an actor until later on. I started playing music, and I was playing in rock bands early on, and sort of was lucky enough to segue into this.
Tracy?
I just I grew up in a little town around my brothers and stuff, and so I was always the entertainer in the family, making people laugh, and that's how I really kind of got into it. I enjoy being able to bring levity to a situation, or be able to connect with somebody when they're going through something really kind of deep and meaningful. And for me, through acting and through this craft, what you're able to do is relate to so many people on such a broad scale, and that's what drew me to wanting to do it. And
she is much funnier than that normally too.
It's really, it's got heavy on you. That's why I got into it. That's what I like about it. I enjoy just.
Big Greek family?
Big Greek family, yeah. My dad is from Sparta. My mom is from Athens, and then I grew up in a little village just south of Sparta for about 5 years, from when I was 4 until I was 9. Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, that's all I
No,
have. I finish sentences with yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why didn't you
Yeah.
tell me that
It's
in
like
the
a
beginning?
punctuation.
Yeah.
Billy, you got a movie coming out in theaters later on this year that's going to kind of put a cap on things. Bittersweet.
And that movie is.
Jesus and Cowboy Blues. Smart
Oh,
aleck.
superb. Yeah, comes out in November. It's the last one.
Bittersweet. Glad it's over. Any thoughts about it?
It has been a fantastic ride for me. I've had a great time making those movies. It was a great gig. I loved playing that guy. Yeah, luckily in this movie, finally, that character who has been oblivious to everything finally gets to see some of what's actually happening in the world that he lives in, and that's going to be fun. It's sort of bittersweet, I guess, but we had a good time.
Did you ever wonder how this guy could stay so clueless for 5 years?
All the time. I wondered that in the first movie. Like, really? He doesn't know, huh? Okay.
It's like one of those.
I can't.
Oh!
Well, I've made no secret of I hadn't read the books, and to me, the whole time when I was reading the first script, I was kind of saying to myself, how does this guy not know what's going on?